What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing? As a description in there, I did purchase a new gun. I hope everybody's doing okay and everybody's safe with this COVID-19. If you're like me, you're going crazy right now because you're not able to go to the paintball fields. But let's get right into it. So this is a Bob Long gun, as the description shows. It is a Bob Long Marq. This is a Mark 7 Rapper towards the milling pattern. There's different kinds of milling, you know, the Mark 6, the Mark 7, the closer, edge, etc. I'm probably missing a few, but this one is the Rapper. As you can tell from just looking at it, it's in great shape. It's beautiful, gorgeous. Not a single scratch on her. Back cap's in great shape. Right here's in great shape, and the breech is in awesome shape. So yeah, I paid pretty much top dollar for it. For a gun from 2008, it's gorgeous. This is like the cousin to the Vice. Here's my Vice, which is also gorgeous. They share similar parts, as you can tell, like the rag. The grip frame's a little bit similar, but not quite. The solenoids are the same, eyes, some other parts are too, but as you can see, you can tell some of the parts are similar on them. You know, right off the bat, you would think this is a, you could get it closer, a spool valve, but you'd be wrong. It's not a spool valve, it's a poppet. You know, Shelby's still getting poppet guns. It's an inline poppet. The cool thing about these guns are they have like separate engines that you can put in here. There's 3 different engines, which I can do a different video on that. This one has the supercharged engine in it. Take the engine out, and I'll do like a separate maintenance video on this. You take the screw out, you can pull it all back that way. It has a supercharged engine in it, and it has a pillow bolt, which the Vice also has a pillow bolt. You know, compared to the Vice, this one, since it does weigh I wouldn't say quite a bit more, but it does weigh more than you can tell it does weigh more than the Vice. It definitely has a very smooth shot. The Vice does too, but since this one weighs a little bit more, you have a little bit less vibration. It's really smooth for a poppet valve gun, and it's extremely efficient, just like any Bob Long gun. It's very efficient. The first gen bolt that goes in here is a little bit smoother of a shot, in my opinion. I have shot some with the stock bolt. I used to own one of these, by the way, a long time ago. And I had the stock one. The stock bolt in it, but the supercharged one is definitely this one has a supercharged bolt. The supercharged bolt is definitely more efficient than the stock Mark 7 bolt. So you're able to get a little bit more shots off it. From my experience, it is a little bit more of a snappy shot with the supercharged engine in it, but the efficiency, it's not terrible. It's definitely a very smooth poppet gun. The efficiency on this gun is amazing. It's just like the Vice. But yeah, so these came out again like 08, the same time as the Protege and Vice. They're cousins. They share the same parts. You know, right off the bat, you can tell that the feed neck on this is extremely low. Definitely much, lower than the Vice here. Much lower. And it has a wedge in here right there, that black piece right there, if you can see it. Yeah, right there. Trying to get it in there. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, right there. You got a little wedge in there. When you tighten it, it pushes against the loader, so it holds it in place. And it's integrated into the feed neck. It sits like right on the bolt. With this, you can change it out to a Russian Legion's feed neck, but I think that's the only one you can change it out to. And those are kind of hard to find. But yeah, unfortunately, as I'm about to show, you can't put my die rotor on it. There's no way that's going to fit unless you sand it down. There's no way. Yeah, it's not going in there. But you can fit the Spire 3 and a Spire 260 in it. And probably a Spire 200 too. We'll be back to the wedge shot a little bit. But yeah, a die rotor, unfortunately, is not going to, and no way it's going to fit in there. So I got that on there, and it's a little tricky. This V-neck's a little tricky to get stuff in. I won't lie about that. I need to back it out even more. Now the internet thinks I'm lying. I promise you, it does fit. Just gotta back it out a little bit. There we go. Now that's going to go in there. And I'm going to demonstrate how low this feed neck really is. Oh yeah, look at that. That is low. And it looks so good. Dad jokes. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Whew, so low. This is great for like a snake player, that's for sure. A 1 or a 2, which is modern day's term. It's good for like a 1 or 2 if you're playing the 1 or 2. Super low profile, very balanced. And 260 looks good on here. The Spire 3 looks, the Spire 3, which is 280, looks good on here also. But this color scheme looks good together. But yeah, super low feed neck. You're like sitting right on the bolt, so this is really good for like a 1 or 2 if you're snap shooting or anything like that. Another thing we get into the board, as you can see, the membrane pad is the same as the vise. They're the same. So they also can share similar boards. That one has an aftermarket Virtue board. This one has a updated Frenzy 4.0 board. We're just gonna turn it right on. As you can see, that's eyes on. Green means nothing in there. If I was to stick my finger down in there, it would turn blue or white, whatever color you want to call that. Purple, looks like purple in there. So now the eyes are off. This has a really cool like ramping feature. It's really easy to get into ramping, and it's 10 balls per second legal. So you can scrimmage against your friends or play in a tournament in it. It's tournament legal. Also has like a tournament lock on it. But yeah, this has a good ramping feature. So it has a buffering. So if you if you're shooting faster than what I guess the board is registering, it will count those last couple of shots. So that could be good and bad, but it's definitely good for like. And it's not a 1 second timeout. See, 3 shot. So yeah. So it has a cool ramping feature, and you can play a tournament with it. It's 10 balls per second legal, and has different firing modes. They're customizable in each one, so you can change it up to fit your liking. The board is similar to program, just like anything else. Like with Bob Long, around this time, you just hold the trigger in like this, press the membrane pad, and it will go into like a color scheme right there, like rainbow effect, I guess. You can change each one all up if you like. We turn it back off. Pull her down. Turn it back on. Eyes are on. Again, it's back to where it was. As you can see, there's a window. Whoop, wrong side. The window's over here for this one. You see there's a window there, which is pretty cool on the grips. You can tell if it's on or not, which I like. I know some of the vices have that on there. This one does not. I mean, my vice doesn't have that, but some of the vices have that, just depending on what board you got. It did come with a barrel. It is a 691 barrel, which is a great barrel. Bob Long 691 barrel. Some people would say it's a little too big, but it works great here. Zero breaks in the barrel. I like the back of it. It's nice and small. It says it's 691. It looks pretty small right there, but I guess it starts out big and then gets smaller. No, it's a 691. Just appears to be smaller, I guess. But yeah, that's really about it on the Marq. It's a great shooting gun. Well, I haven't been able to go to the field with it yet, so I do apologize about not knowing too much, but I have shot in my backyard. It's a great gun, super efficient, super smooth shooting poppet. I would like to do a video on where I do maintenance on it. Maybe a maintenance video. I can do that sometime here soon on the Marq and show you guys what the engine looks like. Real quick, the LPR, there's a notch right there. You can see right there. That is the LPR right there. I forgot to mention that. So there's the LPR right there. You can stick an Allen key in there and adjust the LPR. You kind of need a pressure tester with these, though. So that's something I'm going to let you guys know now. You definitely need a pressure tester with these so you can make sure your pressures are right rather than guessing. That way you can get the most efficiency and make the gun as smooth as possible. It's cool like the LPR is right there because you don't have it sticking out like the vise. And nothing wrong with the vise. I mean, that's what I like to shoot. I like poppets, but it is cool to have like a poppet gun where you don't have that LPR sticking out. And the other good reason for that is it also fits in gear bags and gun bags really easy. So I can, I could fit the marker into my my gun bag right here compared to the vise, which it doesn't fit in there. I got to remove the LPR. So I do use an Exalt case for the vise, and it does fit in there really nicely. But like the JT Impulse. The JT Impulse really doesn't fit in there very well because it has that LPR, so it's really tight fit. So I had to get a bigger gun bag for the JT Impulse for it to fit. Sorry, I got a little winded there from talking. But yeah, that's really about it. It's as I can see, tell so far, it's a great marker. Shoots really good. If you're able to pick these up for a decent price, definitely recommend picking up. They range anywhere from like $200 to like what I paid here, the upper 200s. Just depending on what style you want. But again, I will do a video on the bolt maintenance here soon. But until then, I just hope you guys take it easy. Don't get too crazy bored out there. And please like the video and put comments below. Thank you.